Hello, colleague. Good afternoon, everyone. It is my pleasure to welcome Dr. Nelson Yeung from the School of Public Health and Primary Care at the Chinese University of Hong Kong to give us a workshop today. Dr. Yeung has actively engaged in research examining the interplay between psychological processes, individual characteristics, and cultural factors on mental health. And he's also very passionate in transforming his research into teaching. And as an educator, Dr. Yuan is renowned for his commitment to teaching excellence and his innovative teaching methods and strategies. Last year, he also obtained the Faculty Teaching Excellence Award. Now, without further delay, let's join me in welcoming Dr. Nelson Yang.
Right, thank you. Thank you very much for coming. Thanks for having me. My name is Nelson Yeung. I'm coming from the School of Public Health and Primary Care at the Chinese University of Hong Kong. Welcome everyone, and my pleasure to be here sharing a little bit of my teaching experience, because usually we share like research ideas on conferences, but teaching it's difficult. We all know that, right? And it's glad that we have students and teachers today here, right? May I know a little bit about your background first? I know some of you guys are MPhil PhDs, right? And you guys are from a social science department or social work or any other discipline or faculty? English, good. Language and any other? Perfect, perfect. So I also prepare a you reply session for you guys because I want everyone to be involved, and actually it's just a sharing session. I'm not an expert in teaching or pedagogy or things like that, but just an experience for me to share with you what I've done for my students. And usually, because I'm teaching a course called mental health, it's an important aspect in public health. But I want them to be engaging, a little bit more engaging through social media, the use of social media. So I asked them to create videos for the classes, for the homework. So they need to do that for course requirement. Let me take a look at like some of your responses right here. Number one. It should be a text, right? Or never mind. Any one of you who use like social media for your teaching? Yeah, can you share a little bit of the experience? Yeah. Yeah. Using the content outside and then try to demonstrate how to analyze data through that, right? Good. Any other ideas? Cool. So it's kind of an assignment, and you have some videos, and then ask them to do some homework related to that video or something, right? For MPhil PhD students, any ideas, any experience on that? Never mind. Good, because yeah, good because I show today I would like to show you one of the ways I have been doing for course component. I asked them to comment. Yep, advantage. So it would be related to one of the slides I will talk about. So I go to the slides first, and I'll share sound later. So today's content is about using social media as a way to promote mental health publicly, and also to let them learn a little bit more outside the classroom. So we usually learn in the classroom. We teach, we ask them questions, and we expect them to get something from the class. But what I'm doing is trying to do that the extended from the classroom setting. I want them to create something for themselves for their own learning to increase their awareness of mental health issues. I just asked you guys about the social media use. Many studies, even Western studies, um, found that a lot of teachers use Facebook, IG, YouTube, or other platforms for teaching. However, sometimes we see some difficulties in using that because there are a lot of different details we need to pay attention to. And there is actually an article in 2020 saying that like how we might use like social media as a tool for pedagogy, like for higher education. Actually, you can see that there are many components there. You can involve social media in many steps in the process, including administration. You announce things using social media, even communicating with parents or ease of using like feedbacks using all those social media. Any one of you who have created web page through or Facebook page or Facebook group page in order to engage students? I heard some of the colleagues or students or TAs doing that because you may add them into the group and then interact, right? How do you feel about the benefits or challenges? Perfect. Yeah. Are there still many students using Facebook or um, how about their engagements? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm. Cool, cool. So at least we have some experience, right? Using that as administration. However, sometimes some teachers use that pre-class, during the class, or even post-class. Today, what I'm talking about is focusing on post-class thing, because pre-class is pretty easy to understand. It's just like a blackboard, and you just announce that, put slides there, and then let them prepare, right? And in the class, which I will be doing that too, is playing some of the clips during the class and also like make them like comment or even have like virtual guest lectures like Zoom or something, right? But right now, today what I will be talking is about post-class teaching, which is involving students engagement right there. And like Twitter, blogs, Facebook, things like that, because I need them to create content for their homework. So it's graded, but I'm pretty generous. So I just give them points, but I want them to try doing things on social media. So another review in 2015 um, have some ideas like how Western countries are doing that, using social media, social networking sites for learning purposes. And it's said, unfortunately, they found that instructors and students may have different views about using technology. They may have very because we're from different generations, right? We use different platforms, right? And we may not be fully understand how our youngsters are doing, right? So they may have different points of view. And that's why I'm asking you, do you feel like any good things or bad things about um, teaching using social media? Difficult to control content, have different ability, great, more engaging. Why do you guys think that they're more engaging when using social media? Do you have a, like very concrete examples that why you feel that they're actually engaging, or you observe them doing a lot of social media work during the class? Yeah. 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 So, social media or networking sites, a lot of time we put the videos there. You can watch whatever time you want, and also comment whatever you want, and it's easy for students to uh, and they like sharing stuff on social media, right? So that's why it might be one thing that we should pay attention to, because in this article, it summarizes some of the findings from some faculty members, and some faculty members believing that like not incorporating social networking sites is because it might be a distraction. They may believe that, oh, it's just not the way we should be using that for teaching, and they're more likely to use like traditional technologies, and sometimes they may believe that there's no added value and too many constraints. uh, Back in like 2015 or something, usually YouTube was being used by YouTube channels. A lot of schools or departments have their own channels or something. And if they put the stuff there, they might need to get approval or something. Not everyone is starting their personal YouTube channel. So yeah, back in the old days, they believe that might be a barrier. However, there are other studies suggesting that if we ask students to do something on their own, get their feet wet, get their hands dirty, that may help their learning process. And today, not only I'm talking about social media, however, I'm also talking about how to engage students to do their own things for the learning purpose. Uh, yep. Studies suggesting that like student generated content for learning, teaching can facilitate them to be the producers of knowledge. A lot of time, local students are very passive. They just like talk, they're just like sitting there, and maybe they provide you with some comments or like response, like nodding the heads or something, or they just prefer typing the content, typing the comments to you through Zoom, something. I don't know why I'm personally here. They just like typing how they feel. So, but I don't want them to be that passive. I try to make them to do their own stuff for their own learning. And this is one of the reasons why we believe young people would be more likely to be engaged by that, because they want to satisfy their desire of choice. They like um, the power that they can choose whatever they want to learn. And also they believe it's convenient, customization, and they like to control the design, producing, and how to distribute things themselves. And there are some potential advantages too. Uh, First of all, when we do a lot of homework or something, we always ask them to do the presentation during the class, in the class, or to submit something. But if we ask them to create something like a video or something, you may replace some of the typical project presentation. And one important thing is that if they need to create their own videos or content, they actually need a lot of other skill sets. For example, if you are like doing a video, making a video, you actually need to have a lot of competencies. For example, digital competencies. You need to know how to search information. You know how to figure out a story for the whole video, and also execute that as a director, as a photographer, as a cameraman, as a writer, and also you need to know how to write the posts on social media. So it's a lot of competencies. It's not just, we don't just want them to learn how to write and find information, but actually other skill sets are important for their long-term development too. Because not everyone would like to be a scholar at the end. So they may need other skill sets for their other parts of employment or career development. And actually, they play a lot of roles. It's perfect thing for a group project because you need a lot of people to do the stuff together and learning how to cooperate with each other too. One thing I want to emphasize is this one. Um, I'll show you some examples how students might be able to interact with experts in the field when they try to generate content for the class. Because through information, through finding information, you will notice that some of the organizations are actually doing something related to your topic. And then they actually have a chance to talk to those organizations if you have the right purpose, if you could provide them with um, a reason why they need to talk to those organizations. And one thing, perfect, because we always don't want our assignment just submitted to us. Okay, I'm the teacher, you are supposed to submit things to me, right? And I will be the grader. However, if we ask them to do something and everyone could see, they might not want that quality to be that low. So it could improve the quality sometimes because if you believe that the videos are peer reviewed, you have your face on the videos, you don't want that to be too bad because like it's kind of a digital footprint or something. It's gonna be outside for a long time, so the quality might be controlled sometimes because people are watching. Okay, all right. So today I'm talking about this part exclusively because I did that with my students and I asked them to generate the videos. This is a learning experience for them, not just grading, not just for the grade. Before that, I really want to introduce you this study because it's a new study and this is an interesting study in Spain. Trying to tell us it analyzes 105 student-generated videos on different subjects. All the students are from computer engineering, and it's part of the course requirement or something to do that. And they analyze the content, they analyze the format and the style of those videos. And they found that they try to categorize them into 10 types of videos, and I'm just want to show you like what they found. They collected all these like videos from 5 years, like 3 university over 5 years, so there's a pretty big amount of videos, and they also compare the videos created by teachers and see what the style could be similar or different. It's a pretty interesting study, but yeah. And they found that the taste preferences of students making a video might not be the same as the instructors. As what we just said, like we're from different generations. And what we like or what we believe is like convenient may not be interesting to them, right? And they actually found that like most commonly used by instructors, the styles is more like a presentation slides, like voice and also presentation slides, or even what we are doing today. Like I'm talking and talking to the slides, right? Yeah, and students prefer to do something like integration of videos and also searching something on internet. And others popular type is like acted type of videos. Let's see, what are the 10 different styles being generated? All right. From this study, 2021, they kind of summarizes 10 types of videos generated by students. You see something like pretty similar to what we usually see on social media, right? But this one is more like reels, like reels, like having someone talking and then have some words like below. It's called visible narrator type. This one, pretty like not very popular. It's actually filming the reality, filming something real. not acting, not simulated, just filming something just like a documentary, and then like having some illustrations or something. This one, acted scenes, we have like scripts, we have characters, we have different people doing different stuff, acted roles, okay? And other parts are pretty similar to what we are doing, like videos and pictures, and then just lump it together. Textual presentation, what we usually do. Digital animation is something like our students are doing a lot, right? Uh, Using softwares and also just put everything there, and then the software would come up with some like animation or something. Even like AI can do that right now. Okay, others like tutorials and Blackboard. It's just like any one of you who know like how we look at like when you encounter problems in statistical analysis, I usually go to those like videos. The person is demonstrating some of the steps to you, and then I click this one, click this one, click this one, and then got the results. All these tools are similar. Others are interview and handmade animation. This one is pretty labor intensive. Actually, I have to cut it off and then just move all these like papers and then make it animation. So they summarizes 10 type of videos. And I have a question for you is I actually asked you which type of videos you guys make during your class, but you guys may not have the time to respond to that. I just asked you right here. Uh, any one of you who use any type of these, who made the demo, any one of you who made all these or any one of these for your course purpose? Yamo? This one? Using softwares or what? Yep, yep, yep. Yeah, yep. So similar. Let's take a look at how uh, these are the illustrations of the different types of videos. If you are interested in like how those are being defined, you can actually look at the definitions or the taxonomy. Visible narrator, filmed reality, actor scenes, and integration of videos and pictures and textual presentation. So you guys, I explained to you ahead, like to let you know there are some uh, definitions and differences across these different types of videos. Digital animation, all these are actually there. Actually, interview is pretty rare when we do that. We usually do that in our research, but not usually in teaching. And this one is difficult too. Like you have to get some drawings, handwrite that, and even like Play-Doh figures or Legos, things like that. So it provides you with a lot of possibilities or different options you may choose to create videos. This is a pretty interesting finding. You can see that the blue ones and the orange ones are the more popular ones for teachers and students respectively. For teachers, you see like visible narrator, pretty high percentage, and textual presentation, right? And if you take a look at like how students created videos, they pretty much like actor scenes, videos and pictures, and digital animation. You see the preferences are quite different because like 30 something percent like to have some videos and pictures, and also around 20% of them may do that with characters acting, things like that. So actually there's some preference difference, and they actually like to do those things for their own learning purpose. So this is the introduction. I just let you guys know that like social media is quite important. It could be a new thing for teaching, and also student generated content could be another component. And I integrated these two together for my course. It's one of the It's just one of the course components. It's just 30% of the assessment, but actually they did a lot of work, a lot of awesome work. So I really want to thank them. And without them, I cannot demonstrate it is actually feasible. Okay, so this is an example. All right, so I let you know something about the course first. 呢個可唔可以縮細啲？Okay, that's fine. I developed a course in mental health. So actually, my background is in psychology. I'm a health psychologist. So that's the only connection I may have with public health. And then they want me to develop a course on these topics. So I created I developed a course with 39 contact hours, like which is a 3 credit course. Title is like mental health is a public health issue, and it has been a number of years. Why? Because we all know that according to the WHO definition, health is not just physical health, right? It could be a complete state, mental, physical, and social well-being, and not just the absence of disease or infirmity. So everything starts from this idea. So no health without mental health. That's why I want every one of us learning a little bit more about mental health. Okay. The course is primarily designed for 2 groups of students. At least I want you guys to know the context of the course, because when we design a course, you got to know your students, right? The backgrounds and also what they actually know or they might know or interested to know. For language, it may be different. For social work or other fields in social science, the knowledge base is different, right? So the context of this course is public health and community health practice. It covers these topics like very generally theories about determinants of mental health outcomes, specific topics, for example, like trauma, stress coping, stressors of stigmatized individuals, or even like community interventions or health interventions. So it covers that many things in 39 hours. Okay, so at least you know the background, and you will see how much it might apply to your current course too. What I want them to do is to explore new ways to promote mental health because it's kind of an upcoming trend. Healthcare professionals, even like health organizations, are doing more on social media to at least let people know different concepts, right? Through the communities and even through virtual community. And social media provides a way for us to disseminate the message. And this is the reason why I want them to do so. I want them to have hands-on experience to promote mental health message through these by applying knowledge, because we teach knowledge and we want them to apply. It's not just like doing random stuff and just make a video with no specific reason or apparent reason. So we want them to have knowledge, do some search online, not just what we teach them during the class, but also something which is outside the class. Create a message that is tailored for that mental health problems or issues. Because in my class, 39 hours only is a very broad topic that I could not cover everything fully. So if they have something that they're very interested, I really encourage them to actually do their own homework and just like create something to educate me and also the class. Sometimes they're actually educating me because they get a lot of information that I may not know on top of my head. So yeah. And I want them to engage offline and online. That's one of the trick I really want them to do, is to interact with someone who is not familiar with, even interacting with strangers. So the one of the ways is put the social media content there and let them interact with strangers. Last one is reflecting that experience. The project does not just end by posting. I want them to reflect back from what they found from interacting with strangers too. So it's starting from applying knowledge and then design, engage, and reflect. So it's I just come up with like ASA or something, but yeah, no specific reason I put it like that, but yeah, it's just easier for me to remember. So this is the chain of thought when I think of the project. I really want to uh, fulfill the goals in one project. So，我可以用呢、個係咪啊？係咪有插嘢？喺邊？係咪我冇插到？唔緊要，我覺得好似有型啲啫，我覺得好似開心啲啫。OK，so I have 8 goals。冇喎，唔緊要啦，我就咁撳，唔好阻住大家。係。OK，I want them to have real life experience in the 唔該你 in the classroom, outside the classroom actually. Allow them to express creativity because we may not be able to do that a lot when writing papers. Actually, they are writing papers. We always think of accuracy or whether something is logical, but this type of content allowing them to express creativity too, and they actually can show how much they care about the social environment, like how sensitive they are in social issues. Apply knowledge, we just talked about, and flexibilities, because they actually can choose which type of format they really want to make the videos. And providing feedbacks, getting feedbacks from people other than me, other than the TAs. Reflect on experience, and potentially they may also make some impacts, because if they make something public and they make something good and it goes viral, it might even provide or bring some impact to the society, even a little. Last one is fun. I want them to get the feet wet and get the hands dirty, but to keep it fun, because if they actually do that, it's more memorable to them. I always remember one project that I was involved when I was in undergrad. It's a social psychology class. I remember I do that. I have to do an experiment in Sha Tin, and then I wear. And then it's about helping behavior. It's called altruism. We want people to help filling out questionnaires. That's the helping behavior. And I have to dress it like a businessman with a suit in one condition, and the other hand is just t-shirts and jeans. And in the Sha Tin district, the only difference is just what I wear. And I asked them, whether you want to help with like completing a survey. And of course, I have other classmates as observers and also do some ratings and take some photos. And the results are pretty astonishing, because when I was wearing the normal t-shirts and jeans, actually I got more response from the community members. And I need to write up a report on that too. So it's one of the most memorable projects that I've been in. That's why it makes me feel that like getting the feet wet is important. Okay, so I really want to do something that could actually fulfill all these purposes. Something also important, because this is only a class. I have no extra budget. I really want them to learn how to do that without a big budget. And actually, a lot of online things, social media things do not need a lot of budget, but impactful, interesting, like that. Anyone who's seen any post from him? So he's a cosplayer using a lot of like low cost things, try to pretend to be something on the right. Okay, just the towel and the nose. Right there is like Mariah Candy using Mentos, and then just taking everything. And the next one, yeah, one more. This is the easiest. It's just get half naked and then got the cat, and then yeah, Catherine Zeta-Jones right there. Okay, so it makes me think that like interesting social media posts may not need that much budget, but you need to have good ideas. Okay. All right, project details. So this is what I need them to do for me. Apply the knowledge, theories, and creation of that. They need to do some literature review. They need to explain why this is an important topic for the project. They need to identify some population for that health issue. If it's like depression, anxiety, or it may be specific for general population or even for specific population. Let me ask you, if I asked you to think of one topic which is mental health related right now, it's important, it needs more public awareness, what topic can you think of? Except depression and anxiety. Anything? Or you guys really think of depression and anxiety are pretty important too, right? 有冇任何意見? Or could be. Some topics I may not cover in the class, but if you're interested, you can actually do a project on that. I want them to elaborate the message, the design, promoting mental health, what determinants affecting that. For example, like depression, anxiety, what might be the determinants? The style, they need to think of the style, the message framing, and the tones, and even the target audience. Make a clip, and also other stuff is making photo-based messages. So it's not just videos. I really want them to compare the difference in terms of hit rates, in terms of the difficulty in creating a photo-based versus video-based type of message. And they have to do that. If they can do like with a catchy slogan or something, that's even better, okay? And that's the trick that makes everything transparent. I want them to post that on social media of their choice. Okay, they can choose whatever they want, but the only thing is they need to post the messages to those media. It's just example, okay? Publicly, okay? Publicly means that they could not, okay, people from other continents can see that. People they completely don't know can see that. And for a certain period too. That's why I provide a time frame then to put that outside. And then I usually put the presentation day on the last day of the class of the whole course. At least 10 days or a week is enough. And hashtag the audiences. Hashtag in order to create drives or make those messages appearing in interested people's like IGs or social media. So hashtag. Why I'm putting hashtag too is because I really want to identify them. Identify what? Through this method. I want them to hashtag the course code and then I can find it. Okay. And I do believe that no one would use this as a hashtag for their post except me. Want them to do so. So hashtag the course code so that I can identify them. You can see that it's still keeping there, like in some of the clips. And I also want them to put like mental health and also put our institutions short form into the hashtag. I want them to get the message as many people as far as possible. I don't mind they buy likes or comments or share. It's not the question. I want them to get out. I want as many people to see that as possible. And then I want them to reflect on the experience. Tell me the rationales, tell me what skills they're using, and the feedback from other people. I will show you some example. Let me give you some ideas what my students have been doing. Actually, if you log into Facebook, if you still find this hashtag, you can still find the messages. I think we can share. I think we can still share. So it's still public. So yeah, because right now we're pretty sensitive to what consent means, right? And yeah, I hope it's still like legal right now to do that. So this one relates to a topic on post-traumatic stress disorder. That's what they're doing, like posting that and also have those hashtag on that. And this one is on schizophrenia. I will play some of the clips with you. This one is on postnatal depression. So that's how they work. You see the days are still pretty is stated, right? So have been there for a while. On the presentation day, I want them to present something like the preference, what the problem is about, the rationale of the design, and also what they are actually designing. This is on anorexia. The other one on gaming disorder. You can see that they are doing similarly. They explain to me why they have that scenario like portrayed. They included something like message from boss and boyfriend to try to make this relatable to the target audience, and also present some of the symptoms there, and also there are some visual things going on, right? And using fear appeal to let me know what they have been thinking. I need the chain of thoughts from them. They discuss how they presented that visually. And this is a message using photos. It's Instagram based, photo based type of message. It's on postnatal depression. If you can see that is the cost code. And one of the good things is like you can put a long thing right there and also put some resources there. I really love what they're doing is they put the resources there. If anyone needs any help, they could just refer. They did call the number, go into the website. Okay, I want to show you two of the clips first. You guys are interested, right? Still okay, right? Because yeah, let me show you one first. On which one first? Maybe this one. 我係 design 咗邊個先啊？postnatal depression. Okay, let's see. I hope every one of us are also learning something from there. Here, you can see that the numbers are there. It's even like bilingual. Okay, here. 有冇聲嘅？係咪呢度？冇聲。等下先，呢度係咪要校㗎個聲？好，唔知咧，stop 咗先啦。喂，唔好意思啊，真係，係我都係有少少時間嘅問題。你睇下喺唔喺度？係咪呢度㗎？有，yeah。喂，唔好意思，yeah，we got it。 係唔好意思，我哋傾住先。We can still have some time。我唔知我邊支咪喎。唔緊要，我應該聽到㗎啦，你哋得唔得？你聽而家有冇啊？冇。邊度嚟嘅？Okay. I actually have more clips to play. Let's show you another one. 趁而家可以 play 嘅，我哋而家去 play 嘅先。Okay. Okay, this one is on schizophrenia. The previous one is depression. It's a common thing, but I will not be able to cover that during the class because we usually want to focus on something public health, like more mass. This one is on schizophrenia, so it also presents some symptoms. Make sure you pay attention to the sound and also the action, so everything else. Let me see.
我有晒，唔知人啱住我啦，知啊，快我出嚟啊！使你做咩啊？我聽緊我哋講嘢啊！聽唔到咩？你快同我出嚟啊！冇啊，邊度有啊？唔係咧，你聽清啲啊！我快我出嚟啊！人頭定我哋講嘢啊！
係都唔知隔離嗰個男人係咪黐線，成日都話有人監視佢喎，一陣都唔知會唔會跌咗落個床度最慘啦。
係啦，行喺屋企門口都係拉啲車走啦。思覺失調嘅患者對壓力或者轉變非常之敏感，我哋應該有耐性咁聆聽佢哋嘅心聲，鼓勵佢哋按時食藥，幫助佢哋慢慢融入社會，切忌心急。其實大家有冇諗過，思覺失調嘅患者都係一個人，你哋嘅冷言冷語其實都會令佢哋更加唔願意尋求協助，接受藥物治療呢？我哋唔應該敵視、責備同質疑佢哋，亦都唔應該過分關心同呵護佢哋，咁樣先至可以減低佢哋復發嘅機會。其實思覺失調嘅患者同高血壓、糖尿病等等嘅長期病患者一樣，都要同病一齊生活。藥物能夠控制情況， 避免發作，甚至可以令佢哋同正常人一樣咁生活。點解我哋要戴有色眼鏡去睇思覺失調嘅患者咧？
喂，仔出去飲茶啦。好，等我食埋啱嘢先。唔生早餐，我同我去飲茶喎，你飲唔飲一齊啊？哦，好，你聽到人大聲佢喎。係啊，我識。
哦，原來一直都係我誤會咗佢。
視覺失調有得醫，社區共融好 easy。
So it's something they have been doing, and yeah, I just want to show you some examples what they have been trying out. And we're going to share. Okay. Right. Have you ever anyone tried this type of like photos? Actually, it's just you capture the photo and then just circle what is relevant to you, and then you post it back on your stories, and then you just let other classmates or friends know what's your point on something. It's bingo type of photo-based message, and then you see a lot of symptoms. It's talking about anorexia too. Fatter, maybe warmer, maybe better to hug, maybe easier for you to learn swimming or something. So it's just a body image type of topic. And another topic on LGBTQ plus, trying to show the care about individuals with different sexuality, sexual orientations, and also they have actually a clip on that. So it's not just a particular disorder, but also we want them to show care about different individuals in the society. So they have been doing that very well. You can see that a lot of them use the campus as the backdrop, right? And yeah, use a lot of the friends to help with the acting. Okay. We have seen this one. We have seen the other one too. So you see that a lot of acting there. It's just like actor scenes that we just talked about in the previous slides. And they can express their creativity and awareness to different issues. This one is on anxiety disorder. This one is on difficulties of parents of children with special educational needs. So this is the only group using this type of like animation, paper-made, handmade animation, and also eating disorders. And actually they post on different platforms, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Instagram. So this is the animation thing they created, the mascot they created for the project. And you may ask me if they have some issues about privacy, what they would be doing. Anyone who think of this issue too? If I ask them to put it public, how they are doing the homework, if they really don't want to do that, how they're doing the homework. I actually allow them to create an account just for the homework. Yeah, so I let them know very early, like in 2-3 months before the course end. And then I just let them know this is one of the tasks they will be doing. If they have privacy concerns, they could just create an account just for the homework. This is actually one of the groups here. That's why I'm not covering. Okay, so as a polar bear thing, they're talking about bipolar disorder. Okay, and if some of the students are actually comfortable, are okay with that, they will keep posting that publicly. And one good thing is they actually got feedbacks from strangers they don't know. They found that videos may get more feedbacks and comments than text-based or photo-based messages. And one thing that's quite encouraging or rewarding is when they know someone they don't know giving them good feedbacks. That's a good thing. Even friends, like you can expect a lot of messages of comments from friends, right? But actually, if you got someone who is strangers, still give you some feedbacks, which is good, you will feel more rewarding. Okay, this is some of the things like uh, uh, even asking them for more information. Like, oh, if I got a friend with some problems like that, any suggestion for treatments or services, they could actually answer the questions. Of course, when you go things publicly, you would expect someone nonsense, which is spam or something like that, may bomb into your post, right? It's also another way to help them learn how to deal with those. It's inevitable, but you gotta have a way to deal with that, or you gotta expect someone who is not relevant giving a lot of comments in your post. And this is an encouraging story too, because we talk about one of the topic on LGBTQ care, right? And actually, one of the students got some feedbacks or encouragement from his or her friend, telling him that, oh, he is exactly encountering some challenges in his real life, and also someone who is like bisexual and saying that the clip is relatable to them. And yeah, this is something good for them to interact with the friends too, if the topic is relevant to them. If love has no boundaries, we can romantic relationship with other. You see that there are some comments like that. So this is a pretty good example. You may get into debate with other people too, but how to respond politely is another question, is another learning process. There's a lot of topic being covered, and a lot of those are not extensively covered in the course. For example, postnatal depression, suicide awareness, even illness anxiety disorder, or even post-traumatic stress disorder, things like that. So I did not teach them all the topics in all details. They actually do a lot of homework on that. And extra point given to students who actually go a further step. I would offer bonus point to people, the students who actually contact a real organization and asking for feedback. And actually, some of the groups got some feedbacks from some organizations, and they show me they may want to earn more extra point, but actually, it's very, very good already. You got some mental organization and also some staff giving them some feedback. And also, this is from Director of Health. There's a representative from there talking about the postnatal depression clip. Okay, I would offer bonus point to them because they go a further step to actually pitch the idea and also elicit feedback from other people, organizations. Two more clips I want to play. We have enough time, good. Okay, so two more clips I want to play. And this one is on post-traumatic stress disorder. 都幾犧牲色相啊！呢個同學啊，你可以望一望。有少少18係10幾啊，兒童不宜嘅，咁佢都係你望下啦。OK，係咪呢度咁啊？係點解又咁？又要出翻去，又要喺呢個位喺邊啊？呢個撳唔到，呢度，yeah。聲啊，係咪呢度？
着到咁預咗啦。
哇！咁蠢得咁都聽讀唔到，個樣生到咁，益咗你啦。咁我去大料人再啦，drama queen 有冇咁誇張啊？自從嗰件事之後，我成日都發噩夢。 不斷重複浮現當時嘅情景，我覺得自己好差，好污糟。
喺日常生活中，每個人都可能遇到意外或者一啲難以控制嘅事，造成心理創傷，會維持好多個月，甚至好多年。而當啲創傷後嘅精神反應影響到日常生活同人際關係嘅時候，就係所謂嘅創傷後壓力症候群，俗稱 PTSD。喺香港，每3個就有1個人有 PTSD 嘅症狀，遇上創傷性嘅事件就可能會引發。常見原因包括性侵、車禍、出現喺災難現場或者係暴力事件。對住身邊有疑似病症嘅人，我哋唔應該視佢為弱者，更加唔應該責怪佢哋或者輕視佢哋所經歷嘅事，亦都唔應該單方面認為自己明白佢哋嘅感受，同埋逼佢哋提及創傷事件。作為佢哋嘅同行者，我哋應該尊重佢哋嘅感受同埋反應，有耐性，俾時間佢哋去講出自己嘅經歷，同時俾佢哋主導說話，而唔好中途插嘴，或者引用自己嘅經驗做例子。最後，我哋應該鼓勵患者尋求協助。
So this one is on PTSD. They even provide advice how we should be dealing with those cases. The last clip I want to show you is this one. Is on YouTube. They even use my voice in the video. It's difficult for them because this group and the one that we just seen were actually done in the pandemic situation with the social distancing measures. You can see that there's only 4 students. There's only 4 groups of 4. We can do that. And this one doing that at home, actually. But it's a very comprehensive story. It also includes some romance element there. Okay. So I recommend you also watching that.
喂 hi， 哇！你真係遲來啊！你真係 OK， 都好啊，有一個同學返咗嚟啦。
There's no one going to class because everyone is going online.
唔可以直播啊！
我有疾病焦慮障礙，英文係 Illness Anxiety Disorder， 以前叫疑病症，而家改咗叫疾病焦慮障礙，即係我有對患有或發展成為嚴重疾病嘅過度擔憂。疾病焦慮障礙會唔會傳染俾人㗎？我使唔使自我隔離㗎？
呢個病係唔會傳染㗎，係心理病嘅一種，但係你可能會因為好驚而唔夠膽出門口。不過都唔使擔心嘅，因為認知行為療法都已經好有效。
個個都話我冇身體症狀，但係我感覺到㗎。上次我食杯麵覺得冇味，我以為我中咗新冠肺炎啊。跟住我睇咗西醫，仲做咗好多檢測，仲睇埋中醫同法師，佢哋都話
你冇嘢啊。
喺大流行爆發期間離開屋企真係好蠢咯，由開始以嚟我就冇離開過間屋，一次都冇啊！我做乜嘢要出去啫？而家咁方便，可以上網訂嘢食、日常用品，仲有抗疫物資。你仲可以坐喺屋企就讀完一個學士學位啦。不過又唔係所有嘢都可以喺屋企搞得掂嘅，練唔到芭蕾舞咯，呢度咁逼。
Alright, for your group project, you will be paired up in groups of 2 and do a presentation on the mental health issue of coronavirus anxiety. Alright, I'll now put you into breakout rooms so you can discuss.
Hello. Hi, 你喺咪度啊？你未開咪啊？
個咪點開㗎？啊！Hello， 喂！
我聽到你講嘢啦。
大流行爆發以嚟，第一個同我講嘢嘅人啊！近排我同佢有好多討論，我哋都有好多共同興趣，譬如話我哋都鍾意跳舞，我就跳芭蕾舞，佢跳拉丁舞。
不如我哋開 cam 啊？
好啊，等陣點開啊？
我見到你啦。咦？點解你個樣咁唔同嘅？同你之前 send 俾嗰張相唔同喎，靚咁多嘅。
燈光問題啫，唔好咁啦。我感覺到我心跳加速，有咳嗽、頭痛、失去味覺、氣促、疲倦。我覺得好熱啊，好似發燒喎，可能中咗肺炎啦。都係訂多啲檢測返嚟做先。
咧，我而家諗緊聽日去練舞啊，你一唔一齊啊
？One, two, three, go！
為咗愛，犧牲自己嘅健康，係勇敢定係愚蠢啊？咁熱嘅，心跳好快喎，係咪正常㗎？希望我冇中肺炎啦。哇！
咦？你做咩着成咁嚟啊？你着成咁跳舞唔熱咩？不如我幫你除咗佢啊！
心跳加速，有咳嗽、頭痛、失去味覺、氣促、疲倦，覺得好熱，好似係發燒。究竟係撞跌咗個口罩嗰時仆街傳染咗肺炎俾我，定係都係太危險啦。
You see that it's a lot of techniques already. It's very 非常之大製作㗎。I believe it's 5 minutes already. Epic production. So I truly appreciate the effort. So and they actually provided a lot of good examples for today's discussion. One thing I want to ask you, we watched for like 4 clips, right? Which one do you like the most? The postnatal depression, schizophrenia, post-traumatic stress disorder, and this one, and COVID-19 thing. Which one do you like the most? I just want to have a vote. COVID-19. Anyone? Any other opinion? Why I'm asking? Because it relates to the slides next to that. Okay. Why I'm asking that? Because I really want you guys to do that in your class just right now. Anyone you choose, be honest. Which postnatal depression. Good. So we have different opinion. And on the presentation day, I actually make it a special occasion. I make it this way. So I make the presentation day an actual ceremony for movie they have created. I also tailored these statues from Tobo, actually. And you can see that there's the course code there, and also the year, and also the award. 2 years ago was the most successful one. I actually do that on a lecture theater, because back then we have 7 groups, 40 something classmates. We have a bigger classroom. I can make full use of that. And this is me, and I make everything like a ceremony. And I also asked them to vote just like you guys. And that's my effort, putting every still shot into one slide and then ask them to do the voting, just like what you guys are doing. And those are the awardees. I let them do the voting in the class. After the presentation, this is actually the clip, the team that made the clip that you guys just watched. That's the COVID-19 team, which is number 1. This is best actor, and this is best actress based on students' preference. So some reflections on the exercise because I give you the chain of thoughts about how I design and also how they actually are doing. Privacy issues we just talked about, I told them they could actually do the homework by creating a new account on social media platform. And yeah, but one sad thing that I come up with is actually this one: student delete the messages after the assignment. It's very typical response. So after the presentation data, just delete it or just make it not public anymore. So I have to accept that because not everyone was very comfortable putting everything out there, but those still putting that are still pretty good. Yeah, actually still keeping those, like even the posts are from 2019, 2018 or something, they just keep that. So yeah, I believe the learning purpose is served. I could also ask them or think about more about social awareness or public awareness about mental health issues and ways to seek help. They found that Facebook, Instagram may reach like younger populations more. They may choose other topics more relevant to the population. So it might be restricted to something that might be more relatable to younger people. Some platforms are more commonly used, but not the others. We found that no one is using Twitter in their assignment. So yeah, I believe I got a lot of learning goals achieved. So it's just one example to demonstrate to you something that could be done with pretty low budget or even no budget. So I always tell them, I'm not giving you money to make the movies, so you better think of a way that is cheaper, but meaningful and impactful. Okay, so I believe a lot of learning goals achieved. Even it's one reflection for me is I can see a lot of talents in my students. They're very good. They can actually do like editing, directing, acting, a lot of stuff. Cameraman, things like that. So yeah, I'm not worried about their career path. They don't. Yeah, they will be fine. Okay. Future directions. Yeah, I really want disseminate those messages to other platforms too. I put it on the Twitter, but yeah, not very active. This exercise also facilitate collaboration with NGOs like non-governmental organizations or things like that, and also interdisciplinary collaborations, because not all the topics are just public health. Public health is by nature is very interdisciplinary already. So other disciplines may be relevant too. And I'm also thinking about how to enhance the sustainability of those efforts, because those are good things to keep. Last but not least, these are some thoughts. I believe that adding like student-generated social media content thing could be a learning process, could be feasible. At least in the class setting, is only 30% of the course grade, and they've made that much effort. That's really appreciate. But you may not feel it's completely translatable to you, transferable to you, because it may need some adjustments based on your students, based on your course, based on the setting too, the classroom setting too. However, I do believe it increases students' sensitivities and awareness about mental health issues. And in the design process, we always want them to not just understand, but knowing how to disseminate the message to others and provide opportunities to reflect on that, because posting something publicly is not as easy as you think. Many people, or you got a lot of noises from many strangers that may not be relevant to the purpose. However, I believe it's a cost-effective way, and we also can train students aspects of different important competencies. So let me ask you 1 or 2 questions. I need 1 or 2 replies from you. Do you see anything you might be able to use in your course as a teacher or a student? Because we have some PhD or MPhil students that you may need to do some tutorial work, right? So I just wonder how something can be done in your situation. Thank you. Anything can be done in your situation? 有冇任何嘢? Or yeah, you may just think of other ways how to get them engaged, but I'm demonstrating one of the ways. Okay? 有冇其他意見？有冇？ Yeah. They may ask for my opinion. They usually catch the deadline, just catch the deadline. So I usually do not have the time to really like go through all these stuff, but I would give them comments during the on the presentation day. The content, like the accuracy, right? Yeah. Of course, I would take a look before the real presentation day, and it's public, right? I could give them comments too publicly, but I usually, yeah. 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 But I believe our training allow them to critically think about like what they have found. And I also think that if it's on their behalf, so if they really are paying effort to that, I believe they're checking that pretty carefully. And yeah, so yeah. And last but not least, I really want to appreciate the works that have been done by my students. This is actually the award ceremony. This is the classroom I really want to do. I really wanted that like big scale movie award because this is the classroom, okay? For other classes, it's smaller one. It depends on luck too, because sometimes pandemic situation not allow us to do that. And I really want to tell you this because that year I want every one of them come to the class, and this is the only time they come to the class. Most of the class, because most of the time only 1 or 2 students coming to the class and others like online. This is the only chance I force them to come, and this is a big class on that day. Okay. If you have any questions, any sharing, I would like to hear more. Thank you very much for listening because it's not an easy topic to talk about. And the thing I could do is to demonstrate you some examples, what might be feasible, or what problems, what challenges I actually encountered. And thank you very much. And if you have any questions, let me know, send me an email or talk to me. If you use some of the techniques or skills there, you could also let me know how you are translating that to your context too. Thank you. Thank you very much. So any questions, any comments, any sharing? I know the time is just right there. Anything? Oh, good. I don't care about that actually, because you can see that it's a lot of effort already. Unless they're paying them, unless they're paying other people doing that, but it's their resource too. And the presentation, they have to do that by themselves. And a lot of, yeah, so if they choose the pricey way, they could do so, but I don't think they would spend a lot of money on that. just for 30% project. If it counts 100% of the course, they may do so. 30%, yeah, I think is manageable and it's reasonable for them not to do that, I believe. Yeah. All right. Any other questions or comments, anything? Yeah. Oh, that's really good question because I don't make it 100% because we have some requirements of like written assignments and also examination. If it's not credit bearing or not having A, B, C, D, E type of grades, I think I would be even more flexible. Because I have the constraints, I have to control that. I really want them to learn something within a certain time period and also allow me to grade them. If it's a whole course about just the mental health messages, I may do it in a different way. I may just talk to them individually or by groups, and also contacting different organizations together to make something even more even bigger as deliverables for some organizations. But right now, given that it's just a course component, I think it's a manageable scale and also sufficiently interesting for them. Yeah. If they're really, really interested in doing those, I believe after this exercise, they would find a way out, or they could contact other interested parties too. If I can do it with just a pass or fail, it's even better. I believe this type of course or this type of activity fits a pass or fail type of course more than the current one. That's why I try to minimize. I do not make it a very, very big chunk of the grade. And yeah, so if I can do it in a different way, the content may be different too. Yeah, maybe some skills. I may also invite other faculty members from different departments to include them in the film editing or film making thing. Yeah, so if I have the flexibility, it might be an extension from what it's doing right there. Yeah. After those exercises, I'm not 100% sure because even they have some changes, they do not let me know. But sometimes they do not let me know, or I could add some like evaluation thing, pre-post things like that to demonstrate the changes, right? I remember one encounter that I have a former student. We met in Mixer or something, and then he told me that he actually uses some of the knowledge in his family because he suspect his father is getting PTSD, and then he used my slides at least to understand more about like what are the common symptoms and what could be the ways to do that, and also for those who still keep the post right there, I believe they don't hate that, right? At least they still put it there. Their friends or themselves are still keeping that, believing that is a memorable thing for them. So I hope they have learned something from that. Yeah. Because we cannot like force them to make some changes. I really want them to have the awareness. Even it's not happening on them, it's happening on others. They know how to help people, at least like in the very preventative or first line thing, like just like finding some contact or a website or like things like that. So I believe increasing the sensitivity is important. I do believe they have increased the sensitivity. Yeah. And I really hope them also evaluate what is already out there from different health organizations. They could evaluate and also critically think about what could be done better. this is the purpose of this course, because they have the hands dirty and feet wet. They know the difficulties, how to make the videos, and they know if they have more budget, just like other organizations, how they may do even better. That's the thing I would like them to learn. Okay? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. That's yeah, it's early, on time. Yeah, I won't want to make you guys stay for that long. So yeah, thank you very much for staying. Thank you for listening, and yeah, see you soon. Yeah, have another chance. Okay.